This is sponsored by Spear Heating and Air and Kroger.
Welcome everybody here to Five Star Stadium, a special edition of Mercer Game Day. It's homecoming here as the Bears get ready to take on East Tennessee State. AJ Good here alongside Cam Gaskins, and Cam, it couldn't feel more like football than what it does right now.
It really couldn't. You guys can see behind us, the weather is absolutely gorgeous. You can hear the band in the background. It's football weather and it's homecoming. Great day to come out here for all the Bear alumni and celebrate this team.
Now, we're not the only ones out here.
No, we are not.
We got our Eric Mark out at Cruz Plaza checking out with all the tailgaters. We got Victoria DeCardenas and Tiffany Thompson out on the black field checking out what's going on. We got Miles Garrett, who is out there that he's going to be checking in with some of the players. And then also we got Matt Mackey up there on the bridge.
On the bridge.
He's going to give you some of our weather updates. So we got a full show ahead of you, a full hour coming up here right now from Five Star Stadium. But Cam, let's go ahead and talk some football.
Let's go ahead and talk some football. Mercer really backing themselves into a corner with last week's loss against Wofford. We mentioned they're finishing their season with 5 straight conference games. Really were in control of their own destiny to finish at the top of the SoCon standings. But now with a loss to Wofford, they no longer control their own destiny. They need some help making this even more of a must-win game, and the offense is the big thing, needs to get back on track. 2 weeks ago against Western Carolina, the Bears put up a record 59 points. That's the most they've ever scored here at Five Star Stadium, and then they go on the road to face the Terriers. They sputter a little bit, 21 points, and 14 of those coming in the second half of that, or all 21 points coming in the second half, excuse me. So you got to look for some way for the Bears to get back on offense, because that's really the heart and soul of this team, with the defense not playing up to their expectations this season.
And they're also taking on an East Tennessee State team that is the biggest surprise probably on all of FCS this year. They're 7-2 on the year, 5-1 within the conference. That one conference loss is to Wofford. So if either Mercer or East Tennessee State are going to win the Southern Conference, they're going to need a lot of help. And nobody outside anywhere saw this coming.
No, I think you can say that for sure. The preseason polls had Samford winning this conference, and Samford sort of dipped off a little bit. We saw what Mercer did to them earlier in the season. No one had ETSU really anywhere in the top 3 or 4, and they've really stormed out of nowhere. So this is a team that is playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum, which is kind of dangerous at this point late in the season with conference championships on the line.
And just beat their most hated rival in Western Carolina in double overtime at home last week. So emotional game, and Mercer played really well against those top 25 teams, especially right here at Five Star Stadium. Well, we got some information for all the people that are coming out here to the stadium. Here's where you can tailgate out here today. So there's several free tailgates here on campus right now. You should come check out. The majority of those are located in Blackfield. That's right between Five Star Stadium and Cruz Plaza. You got the Alumni Tailgate, the MUSM Tailgate, University Library Tailgate, College of Health Professionals, McAfee School of Theology, Hippo College Tailgate, the Townsend Tailgate, Pre-Health Professionals Tailgate, and the Law School Tailgate. All of those are on Blackfield.
And then I want to highlight a couple of these events that are going to be at the Alumni Tailgate tent. This is pretty cool. They have a bus that has been converted into a giant photo booth. I don't know whose idea that was, but that's pretty creative. Plus, if you are an alumni, I want you to pay attention here. If you are an alumni from the class of 1968, 78, 88, 1993, 98, or 2009, you get a free t-shirt at this tailgate. If you're not in that alumni class, tough luck, you got to pay $10. I don't know how they decided who gets the free t-shirts and who don't, but if you are in one of those classes, again, 68, 78, 88, 93, and 98, you get a free t-shirt. And then also over at the University Libraries tailgate, you can look through some old Mercer yearbooks. We had some crews at both of these tailgates last year, and they are definitely worth checking out, especially if you like all of the history stuff. For the full list of all the tailgate festivities today, visit our website, wgxa.tv, and we will break those down for you guys.
I'm kind of jealous that they get a tailgate. I wish I would have gone here.
I was going to say, I kind of want a free t-shirt. I don't know if I can talk to one of those alumni from one of those classes, but a free t-shirt's a free t-shirt.
I'm sure they got some extras.
I'm sure they do. We might have to sneak around a little bit during the commercial break, see what we can't find.
Well, the weather out here has been absolutely gorgeous here today. Let's go over to our Matt Mackey, who's over on the pedestrian bridge right now. And Matt, tell us what it's going to be like once kickoff rolls around here at 3 o'clock.
Well, you guys said it best. It's beautiful out here. Just a little bit of nice sunshine, not too many clouds. Like you said, we're on the pedestrian bridge at Mercer University. Great view of the field behind me back there. Clear skies is the theme right now, and that's going to be the theme going forward. I want to go ahead and take a quick look at the Wilson Bryant Heating and Air Skycast Network. If we could go ahead and pull up that graphic, you'll see it's got the temperature on it, 57 right now in Middle Georgia, 57 on the campus of Mercer University. It's a fantastic view of Five Star Stadium there, kind of a bird's eye view. And hey, if you look down to the bottom left of your screen, That's the pedestrian bridge we're on. If you look very closely, you'll see 2 pairs of khaki pants. That is me and my photographer, Perry Smith. Here's where we're at across the rest of Middle Georgia. 57 in Warner Robins, 55 in Milledgeville, 55 in Dublin, 61 in Americus. So no matter where you're watching from, we got you covered with that quick temperature reading. If you like that weather, you're in luck. Only a little bit warmer this afternoon in the 60s. If we go ahead and take a look at the radar, there's rain on the map, but zooming on into Middle Georgia, you see there's nothing here. The radar's not broken. It's just a picture-perfect clear day. We asked for a quick forecast for that Mercer University kickoff. 66 at kickoff, 66 at halftime, and for the postgame, 62. Now back here at the pedestrian bridge overlooking 5-Star Stadium, I can hear them. They got the drums going back there. Things are shaping up to be a fantastic game day. Nothing going to bother you in terms of the weather, so just get out there, enjoy it. We'll be here throughout the hour tracking the weather, but for right now, I want to go ahead and toss things over to my good friend. We've got Eric Mock. He's checking out what's cooking on over at Cruz Plaza. Eric, how is it out there?
Oh, man, it's gorgeous. Like you were saying, man, the weather couldn't be better. And I'm joined here by Eddie Bridgewater, and they've got a sweet little setup. Eddie, tell me who you guys represent now here.
Yep, so we're Delta Sigma Pi with a business fraternity on campus. So we host different business events like resume workshops and stuff like that. So we're out here supporting the Bears and honoring our alumni.
Sweet. It sounds pretty professional now here. Now I want to take me through your food setup here.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the most important part of tailgating.
Definitely. Yep, so we have some brownies over here. Most of the stuff is actually homemade. We have some deviled eggs, we have hot dogs, we got coleslaw, potato salad, some sandwiches, and then some fruit, and then drinks in the back.
Awesome. Now I see some trophies. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
What are the trophies for though?
Yep. So every year we do homecoming events, and they're basically just different games, and we've won 2 years in a row, so we're hoping to win a third.
So you're adding a third trophy to this.
Hopefully, yeah. No, that'd be really cool.
That's awesome. And I see some of your other business associates back here.
We
Is
do,
that
yep.
right? Yeah, let's get some of these guys on camera here, okay? I know they wanted to avoid the camera, but we're getting them on here. That's awesome. So what kind of games are you guys planning to participate in?
So we've done costume contests, we've done trivia, there's been a scavenger hunt, and just stuff like that, just really to bring the community together and the school. It was really cool.
That's awesome. And what's game prediction?
Obviously Bears win, you know. You gotta.
Obviously, that's why we're out here, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, are we talking blowout, or do you think it's gonna be neck and neck?
I think with the hype around homecoming, I think it's definitely gonna be a blowout.
Okay, I like it. I like that a lot. I love that confidence. Okay, that's awesome stuff. So, okay, so out here at Cruz Plaza, we're gonna be checking with a lot of other tailgaters out here. But I know Victoria DeCardenas over there has also got some great tailgaters. Victoria, what you got going on over there?
Yeah, thanks, Eric. I'm actually at the Blackfields tailgate, and I'm actually just in front of the VW bus that is here every year to take your photos. And we've got some people who are already starting to put their props on and take their photos. But I'm going to pan over here just to show you Blackfields is getting ready for this homecoming. You know, homecoming is probably the best part of any football season. You got alumni, you got current students, you got future students kind of just checking out the school, hanging out here. We got the sports mic here coming from Mercer University. We've got professionals tailgate. We've got the College of Education setting up just behind us, and more alumni stuff. You heard Cam and AJ talking about those free t-shirts. This is where you want to come and get them. You got to make sure you're part of those corresponding years to get your freebies. But again, we got this VW bus here. I'm going to show you some of the props that they have if you're wanting to take a picture. Of course, you got a magic hat. Got to put that on if you want to take a picture. Just toss it on right here. You're going to get into the VW bus like how these people are just next to me. Then all you're going to do is strike a pose, take that picture, and then they want you to tag them in that photo as well. So you definitely want to do that. After they're done, I'm hopping in this bus and I'm going to be taking a picture and sharing it with all of you guys on WGXA as well. So we're going to toss things back over to our sports guys. The guys kind of guiding us all through this. They're veterans here for homecoming and all things Mercer. Cam and AJ, we couldn't ask for a better day to celebrate the Mercer Bears and celebrate homecoming as well.
Thanks, Victoria. Well, coming up, we'll have a nice walk and talk with head coach Bobby Lamb, get his thoughts about the upcoming game, and also find out who his favorite wrestler is.
Sounds like a plan.
Hi, from Mercer University, this is WGXA Game Day, sponsored by Spear Heating and Air and Kroger.
Welcome everybody back here to Five Star Stadium. Mercer Game Day Homecoming Edition as the Bears get ready to take on 23rd ranked DTSU here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Now earlier, Cam, we talked about some of the events that are going on campus. We also got another one to talk about at the Walter F. School of Law. They're having an open house today. They're giving you a chance to take a look throughout the school, meet up with some of the professors, also talk about some of the other events that they got going on throughout the weekend. But back to the gridiron, Cam, where head coach Bobby Lamb was very excited about today's game, knowing his team needed to have a big bounce back. Here's what he had to say earlier in the week. Well, Coach, tough loss last week at Wofford. How do you move on now?
Well, yeah, obviously we didn't play well enough to be competitive in the second half. And, you know, what we got to do is we got to come out and we've got to correct some things on offense and defense. I have a good week of practice. We got the 25th ranked team in the country coming in here. And so it's a big week for us. And so in football, you're going to have ebbs and flows. You're going to play well some weeks and some weeks you're not. We want to be more consistent. So inconsistency is the word that I'm looking at for our football team right now.
ETSU, what a surprise they've been this year.
Yeah, 7-2, 5-1 in the league. They won in triple overtime versus Western Carolina last week. So they've won a lot of games right at the end, and it just seems to be their year. So them coming here, you know, big game for us, and then keep us in the race, and then it's homecoming, so a big week as well.
You just mentioned homecoming, going to be a lot of people here on Saturday.
A lot of Mercerians coming back to campus, and like I said before, 6 years ago, there was no homecoming during football season because there was no football team. So this is big. The whole school kind of rallies around. Our alumni office does a great job of getting people back, and we're excited about it, and we need to play well to make our fans appreciate football here and make our fans see how we're progressing as well.
And now, Coach, WWE's in town this week. Do you have an all-time favorite wrestler?
Oh, absolutely. Ric Flair, without a doubt. I grew up in the Ric Flair era when they were in Greenville, South Carolina all the time, and I used to actually ride up there and watch them wrestle. So Ric Flair's the guy. Well, to beat the man, you got to beat him. To be the man, you got to beat the man, right? That's what you used to say.
You ever used one in a pregame speech before, a Ric Flair saying before?
No, but I might do that this week. That's a good idea.
Coach, appreciate your time.
All right, thanks, AJ.
Well, we still got a long way to go here on Mercer Game Day. We got Eric Mock hanging out in Cruz Plaza. We got Tiffany Thompson, Victoria DeCardenas over at the Black Run, and also Matt Mackey getting ready for that weather. But also we got some other things going on here today, Ken.
We do, and I don't want to do Matt Mackey's job for him, but the weather, I can already tell right here, looks fantastic. But he'll have some more detailed and expert analysis, I should say. Let's go to Twitter really quick. We have this video from last year's homecoming. Mercer tweeted out this video of some of the highlights of the festivities. It was a great party last year. Should be even better this year. Again, come on out. Kickoff for this game is at 3 o'clock, so you got plenty of time to get on out here for all these festivities. Again, we've got a lot of fun events and activities for these tailgates, and we're just happy to be a part of it and be a part of this party. And we also want you guys to share your photos from this year's homecoming events. Go to our WGXA app or go to WGXA.tv/chime-in for your chance to share some of your homecoming pictures. We might even feature them in the show later on tonight. But again, go to WGXA.tv/chime-in, and you can share all your pictures from game day with us.
All right, Cam. Well, now we're going to toss it over to Tiffany Thompson, who's over at the Black Lock, hanging out with some of the fans and maybe even taking in some of the fun activities. Tiffany?
AJ and Cam, it looks like you all are having a lot of fun here at Game Day, and let me tell you, I'm here live on Blackfield, and I'm having just as much fun. Now, I actually met a new friend. We're going to come over here and learn a little bit about him. So this is Mr. Will Beavers. Hi, Mr. Will Beavers.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Very good today. Very good today.
So can you tell me, what exactly are you cooking here? What are you preparing?
Just preparing some hamburgers for fraternity brothers out here. We're out here tailgating. Just having some fun, man, for Mercer University. You know, the football game, homecoming.
That's awesome. Now, the number one thing that I've noticed has been the school pride here. Now, how many members do you have in this game?
How many members I got? Oh, man, like over 60. It's quite a few.
Quite a few. That's awesome.
Just from the fraternity, man. Just from the fraternity. But, I mean, like, wait until, like, 12, 1 o'clock. There'll be hundreds of people out here.
That's awesome. Now I understand this is not your first game. You've been here for quite some time. How long has your fraternity been established here at Mercer?
Established here in 1972, but overall the fraternity has been established since 1911.
Wow, that's really awesome. So, are you excited for kickoff? Number one question.
I am. Go Bears!
Woo! And we're playing the Buccaneers. What do you think about this? Do you think the Bears are going to win?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
There you know, he said the Bears will win. Now we're going to go ahead and take it over to Miles, who's actually on the field. Now, Miles, I hear you're having quite a lot of fun there, too. What's up with that?
Hey guys, it's hard to make any college football team, especially if you're a walk-on without a scholarship. But that's exactly what one Mercer player did to defy the odds and become one of the biggest receiving threats on this team. Cam Gaskins has more.
Once we got him here, it didn't take long to say, hey, we kind of missed. This guy needs some scholarship money.
Tucker Cannon immediately caught Mercer's attention as a 7-sport athlete at Wesleyan, but when the Bears signed him, they didn't have any more scholarship money, meaning Cannon had to come to Macon as a walk-on and earn every second he got on the field.
It's definitely not easy. I mean, you're on the uphill battle the whole time. Nothing's really given to you. You gotta prove it the whole time. So it's not like assumed to be your job ever. So you've always proven somebody else wrong.
Cannon walked on as a wide receiver, which is the Bears' deepest position as a team, making his climb to the field even more difficult.
When you get here as a wide receiver, the lines are pretty long, and you could just see every day him getting better and better, and he kept sneaking up, you know, into the upper tier of our team, and he just has that competitive edge.
Now as a junior, that work has paid off. Cannon was awarded a scholarship before the season started, and now finds himself as the starting slot receiver for Mercer.
Just worked my way up, so it was always a goal kind of by this time or by next year to be in the starting role, but to actually see it come true, it's been awesome.
It's been a long uphill climb to earn his starting job with Mercer, but now that he's at the top of that hill, the view is pretty sweet.
It's been a tough journey, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't want it any other way. I think it's been the best case possible.
Cam Gaskins, WGXA Sports.
We're joined right now here by Rick Cameron, the voice of the Bears. Rick, big game coming up here this afternoon.
Absolutely, guys. Homecoming, perfect day weather-wise, but a very important game. You know, you talk about you need to win the next game, the most important. It really is now for Mercer. After the loss defensively, you really need to have a good outing today against a very good East Tennessee team.
And they definitely need to have an offense move out here in a big way today.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, last week we had a couple of guys banged up early against Walford, Caleb Riley, so today these guys will step up. Defense, they'll come after you. They lead the league in sacks, tackles for loss, more than 300 yards. So they're going to come after the offense, whoever comes back there.
And you mentioned some of the guys being banged up. I feel like every college team in the country can say that at this point in the season. What can you say about the health report and who we can expect to see back on the field today?
Well, that's a good question. You talked with Coach Lamb pregame interview. It seems like everybody that was injured is day by day or right up to kickoff, so you really don't know. But the good news is we did get Harrison Frost in the game. As you know, you were there the last drive last week, and Harrison's had a good week of practice, so depending on how well Caleb can or cannot go, I think we've got the youngster ready to step up.
Absolutely. And looking at the offense specifically, I know Team Mitchell being banged up. The running game didn't do exactly what they wanted to do. What do they need to do to get back on track against ETSU today?
Well, Tyree Devison is the key. He was on Bobby Lamb's show Thursday night. He had 18 carries, which was a career high last week for 97 yards. Hey, he's kind of like Herschel Walker in his day. The ball doesn't get heavier. It only weighs a few ounces. I'll run it as many times as you need me to.
Now, what is going to be what's the difference in years past?
Well, I think Randy Sanders, the head coach, has done a phenomenal job. He's been with some great programs, but I think the pressure they put on you, you know, again, the tackle for loss and when you go back to pass, they're coming. So offensively, they're about equal with Mercer. Mercer may be a little better, but defensively, they're going to put pressure in the backfield. You got to be able to be ready for those guys when they come.
All right, Rick, well, we appreciate your time. Well, coming up here on Mercer Game Day Homecoming Edition, we'll have a member of the baseball team talking about what they did last year and their upcoming season.
From Mercer University, this is WGXA Game Day, sponsored by Spear Heating and Air and Kroger.
Welcome everybody back here to Five Star Stadium. It's a homecoming edition of Mercer Game Day today. Definitely feeling like a football today, but for right now, we're going to talk a little baseball. Joined by Kevin Coulter of the Mercer baseball team. One of the many pitchers you'll see out on the diamond here this year. And Kevin, what an exciting season you guys had last year, making all the way to the Southern Conference Championship game.
For sure, we had a good year. We thought it was probably a down year for us in my 4 years I've been here, but overall, we had some successful times. We beat Florida. We had some other big games, but at the end of the day, we still got beat in the end. So put a little chip on our shoulder for this year for sure.
You know, what did you guys work on the fall to get you ready for the spring?
So we got to be better in all aspects, and I think we had a lot of great older guys, and we're going to miss them. And then we got a lot of new guys this year that are going to be very key for us. Coaches have been harping on us we got to win 4 in Greenville, and that's been the thing all 4 years I've been here, and we got to do it. And we've worked hard. We've worked hard in the weight room, worked hard in the field, and we're excited for this year for sure.
And wanted to go back and touch on Greenville a little bit. I know that loss to Sanford really stung in the SoCon Championship. How much does a loss like that fuel you guys to make sure you go back and finish the drill this year?
Oh, for sure. It's big time. Sanford's got a great club, and they're going to have a great club again this year. And this year, our coaches, every weight room, every time we're running, it's all been, hey, Sanford's kind of had our number. And they're a great ball team, and hopefully we'll be able to compete with them well this year. And it definitely puts a little chip on our shoulder and makes us work a little harder for this year.
And you guys lost a lot of talented pitchers specifically last year, losing guys like Austin Cox, Chase Burks. You kind of filling in their roles. What were some of the things that you took from them that you're now going to implement as you're a senior now?
For sure. There's no way we're going to be able to replace someone like Broom and Cox and some others, but we got some good arms coming in. We got Blair, who's definitely a sidearmer. He worked hard last summer. He's got big shoes to fill with Broomy, but Blair's been awesome for us this fall. And then we got other arms just like Grav and Sawyer Gibson Long are going to be 2 guys that they're going to have big roles for us this year for sure. And we're just going to learn from the last couple of years, and hopefully this year we'll be able to be successful on the diamond.
What's it like for you seeing all these guys get drafted and being able to move on to pro careers?
No, it's awesome. Those guys are my friends. I still talk to them all the time. Broomy and Cox for sure. And those 2 guys I've been with. I've been through everything with them, the hard times, the great times, and I'm so happy for them. And they've been successful, and both of them are working hard right now in the offseason, and I'm sure they're anxious to get out there and go play this spring.
And you also got a guy like Kyle Lewis, who's
for
just
sure.
a couple steps away from the big leagues. It's got to feel good, coming from a small school like this to know that you have every opportunity to go play at the next level.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Kyle was here my freshman year, and Kyle was awesome. He didn't have to really hang out with us as a freshman, didn't really have to talk to us much, but Kyle, being Kyle, he's just a great guy. And he kind of took us under our wing and showed us how it's done and off the field and on the field. And we're rooting for him. We still talk to him every once in a while, and we know he's going to be successful in everything he does.
You mentioned Sanford, and they made a pretty good run there in the NCAA tournament. I mean, it just shows you how good the Southern Conference is.
Oh, for sure. Everybody, we are a mid-major program for sure, but we got arms, we got bats, just like everybody in our league. And there's teams like UNCG, Sanford, Citadel. They're all good, and they're all going to be successful this year. And it just shows that everybody can do it no matter what.
Now, when I've talked with Coach Craig Gibson before the season started, in this offseason in the fall, he's really excited about this freshman class. What have you, as a player, seen out of the new guys that have stepped into this program?
Oh, they've been awesome. They've been awesome. A big thing for us is to come together as a team. We believe that chemistry is key. In baseball, as much as it is a team sport, there's a lot of individual battles, and we feel like these guys, even though they're freshmen, they're still going to be successful. We got guys that on the mound and in the box, I think they're going to be key for us, and we're going to need them this year for sure.
And how excited are you for opening day? It's only a few short months away at this point.
It's going to be awesome. We are so happy for it. We're ready for it. We had a great fall, and we're just ready to get going after Christmas break and just get ready to go and see what happens this year.
All right, Kevin, well, thank you for joining us. And right now we're going to head over to our own Tiffany Thompson, who's back over at the Black Lock, checking in with the fans, seeing how much fun they're having before kickoff.
AJ and Cam, it looks like y'all are having fun, and let me tell you, here on Blackfield, I'm having just as much fun. Now, I came and I actually found out that there's some hockey going on at this football tailgate, and I actually met a new friend. Let's go over and get him. This is Colin. Now, Colin, tell me why you're here.
Well, the Mayhem, we love to be out in the community. We want to just grow the sport of hockey in Middle Georgia, but we also love supporting our Bears. I'm a Mercer alum myself, so I know that a lot of people come out to Mercer games, and it's great to support the Bears. So we're out here having fun, teaching people hockey and just letting people have fun today.
That's great, and this seems to be a family event. Children of all ages are here playing hockey. Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. We don't let anyone, we say adults to kids, anyone in between. If you're 2, if you can walk, you can play hockey. So we'd love to have you guys come out and try it. Come see a Making Mayhem game, but we just love everyone to try it and have fun and get to experience hockey.
That's great. Now, tell me about some other activities that you're going to do today. Are you going to try the bouncy houses or the food?
Absolutely. They've got some awesome barbecue out here. A lot of people are smoking barbecue, and there's some really cool bouncy houses. I think there's a photo booth as well, so that's something that I'm definitely going to try out today, and then go cheer on our Bears at 3 o'clock today, too.
That's great. Now, Colin, I have to ask you the #1 question. Who do you think is going to win this game today?
Of course the Bears are going to win.
The Bears. You heard it from him. Okay, so that sounds great. So are you going to continue being out here all day up until the game playing
We'll be
hockey?
up here until kickoff at 2. We'll be here until about 2:30 right before kickoff. So come and see us on Blackfield, and go Mayhem and go Bears.
You heard it there. Go Mayhem and go Bears. So we're still on Blackfield, but I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to Miles. Now, Miles, I hear you're having quite a bit of fun on the football field. Can you tell us about that?
All right, thank you, Miles, Matt Mackey. It's all the same thing. We are live here on the pedestrian bridge overlooking beautiful five-star stadium. Hey, I know you guys were talking about a little bit of barbecue down there. Those tents, they're way out there. They're a ways away, but I can smell it. It's wafting on up here. Really excited for game day. And let me tell you guys, the weather could not be better. Let's take another look at the Wilson Bryant Heating and Air Skycast Network. This is where we're at right now, right overlooking five-star stadium. Calm winds, 57 degrees. Look at those clear skies. And I also want to draw your attention to one thing really quickly. If you guys go ahead and look at the bottom left corner of your screen, down there on the pedestrian bridge, that's me. We're out here, we're live. We happen to be in our camera view, having a great time with you folks. So hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Hope you get out there and enjoy the game. The weather could not be better. Go ahead and check out the radar. There are storms on the map across the country, but nothing here in Middle Georgia. If we go ahead and we zoom on in, you'll notice just clear skies, no rain, very few clouds out there. Picture perfect football weather, could not be any better. Here's where we're at in terms of temperature elsewhere across Middle Georgia. 54 in Irwinton, 55 for our friends in Thomaston, 61 in Americus. So if you're a Mercer Bear alumni and you're traveling into town from any of those areas, weather's going to be great, going to be a fantastic commute up to Five-Star Stadium. Couldn't ask for better football weather. And here's where we're at right around kickoff. 66 degrees. So those temperatures a little bit cool right now, but we're warming up. 66, very comfortable, nothing but sunny skies. No rain in the forecast for this game. For post-game, we're going to be down at 62 degrees. So hope you guys get out there. Hope you guys enjoy it. Forecast could not be better. All right, back here overlooking Five-Star Stadium in downtown Macon. We're off Mercer University Drive. It's going to be fantastic out here. I don't know if you can hear it. Look out there. You know, you got the band, you got the pep band. This is fantastic. It's real fun to watch it from up here. And I want to go ahead and let you guys know we've got a full show on tap for you. Just coming up after this break, my good friends AJ Good and Cam Gaskins are going to be down there on the field bringing you all the latest homecoming festivities. And of course, we'll see you one more time right back here on the pedestrian bridge overlooking Five-Star Stadium. We're tracking the weather. We'll go through the game day forecast one more time. We'll take a look at tomorrow and the week ahead. We'll see you then.
This is WGXA Game Day, sponsored by Spear Heating and Air and Kroger.
Welcome everybody back here to Five-Star Stadium. An absolutely gorgeous afternoon for football as the Mercer Bears get ready to take on the 23rd ranked East Tennessee State Buccaneers in a very exciting Southern Conference matchup here this afternoon.
You mentioned it. It is a gorgeous afternoon. It's getting a little toasty though. I had to take my jacket off. Your sleeves are getting a little hot, I can tell. You mentioned before the break you had to roll them up a little bit, but still going to be an absolutely gorgeous day. Coming out to Five-Star Stadium, kickoff at 3 o'clock, and it's homecoming. Y'all can hear the band behind us. You've seen the tailgaters this entire show. This community is ready for some football, and we're ready for this game.
And they're playing the Avengers theme, which is really pumped
It's
up
getting me excited, I'm not going to lie.
Right now, let's head over to Cruz Plaza where Eric Mock joins us as more with some fans standing by. Eric.
I'm out here with Mike, who's got a Mercer on the team, Mercer boy on the team, man. Tell me who you got there.
Marquise Irvin, wide receiver.
Awesome, Marcus. And you said this is last year playing, right?
Last year.
Yeah, so what are you hoping for, man, for this last year?
Like I say, it's last game. For stats wise and for the win, I'm predicting 35-17 win, Mercer.
35-17 win. You heard it here first, guys. This is the prediction. Marquise Irvin's dad. Now I want you to show. You got some good looking food here. Show me what you got going on here, man.
Well, we got like I say, some
Yeah, Steven Houza came to Mercer to play defense, and for 3 years he did just that very, very well. But things changed for the senior in 2018, and as our AJ Good tells us, that's benefited both him and the Bears.
Stephon Houza has always dreamed of playing Division I football, and when a familiar face joined the Bears staff, he knew he had to come to Macon.
It was a good family atmosphere. Coach Baker actually coached me in high school, so We kind of knew each other very well.
He came to Mercer as a defensive back where he spent the first 3 years, but the coaching staff wanted him to try receiver for his senior campaign.
Yeah, I say the biggest difference is on defense, you don't really know what to expect. You just kind of reacting off everything. And offense, I mean, you kind of know what you're doing. As long as you know what you're doing, you just get it done.
It had been a while since he had played the position, and it took a lot of work off the field to get him prepared.
I mean, just moving forward, it kind of felt a little more normal. But definitely, like, drills just had to change up. Just go from defensive drills to offensive drills, catching the ball instead of deflecting, things in that nature.
And that has certainly paid off on the field. He is second on the team in catches and yards, while tied for first with 4 touchdowns.
I mean, I dreamed about days like that, especially when they told me I was going to make the switch. I was kind of nervous at first because I ain't played it in such a long time. But, I mean, once I ran a route or two, I mean, and kind of felt the groove coming back to me. I just kind of felt like I had a good feeling that I was going to be doing this.
Just like the rest of his senior class, Huza still has big dreams for his senior year, and he would love to end on a high note.
Well, definitely I want a ring on this here finger. Definitely go to the playoffs. I ain't been since I've been here. That would be a huge win.
Yeah, Huza looking to make another big impact again today for the Bears. And we apologize, we lost Eric Mock there. He's out having too much fun with the fans. But we're going to throw it right now to our Victoria DeCardenas, who's live at the black field right now with some more fans. Victoria, what's it looking like out there?
Yeah, that's right, Miles. I got a fan with me right here next to me. Like you said, I'm on Blackfield's tailgate, and I'm joined with Keith right now. Keith, you're actually sporting a different team today, but I'm not going to bother you.
Maybe not the most popular team right now in Georgia, but hey, if we beat Alabama, everybody will love us. So.
I just had my producer say, boo, roll tide, so you might be in trouble with my producer, but it doesn't matter because you're still here supporting the Mercer Bears, and you're actually on a company outing that's actually from Macon. Tell me about it.
That's right. I work for a company called Salinas. We've been in the area for about 50 years, so we're out here just recognizing our employees for a great year. And we're going to spend the day out here. It's a beautiful day. We buy tickets to the game for our employees and try to help, support the local school here at Mercer and just have a great day. So.
Awesome, that's great. It's great that not only are you a business here in Macon, but you're also supporting some of the great team here in Macon, the Mercer Bears. And you guys are actually starting already to have a lot of fun. If you check out behind me, you guys are playing some cornhole.
We'll be out here all day having a great time playing cornhole. And we got the TVs over there, so we've got game day on, and we won't miss the Georgia game. So
that's right.
Got to make sure we have the Georgia game on, so our employees will show up. So.
You got to be fair to everyone, but the greatest thing is that you're celebrating your company and all the great achievements that you do right here at Mercer. You've got some barbecue just behind us. It smells great, by the way. And you said you are actually going to the game as well, so you have tickets for everyone.
We have tickets for everyone, and we will go into the game. So
all right.
We'll be cheering for the Bears. So go Bears.
Sounds like
Tigers.
Go Tigers. All right, my producer's not going to be happy with you. But anyways, like he's mentioned, it's a great day out here. The weather, you couldn't ask for a better day. Not a cloud in the sky. And now I'm going to toss things back over to Eric. You've at another tailgate. I want to see if your tailgate is as good as mine, Eric. What's going on over there?
Hey guys, over here with Marquise Irvin's dad here, Mike. Mike, how's it going, man?
Oh, everything going well, man. Just trying to, get ready and get riled up, get ready for the big win today.
Now I heard you got your whole family over here, right? Let's turn over here. Hey guys, how's it going over here? We got the whole look. They're getting ready here.
That's the grandmother. Grandma drove all the way in from St. Louis.
Wow. So you great? Woo! So you drove all the way from St. Louis?
Yes, I did. All the way from St. Louis to see my grandson, Marquise Irvin. That's awesome. For him today. He's gonna go out with a bang today. This is his last year here. So we're proud of him and we're proud of Mercer.
That is awesome stuff. Grandma coming all the way from St. Louis. Right here from Alabama, is that right?
I'm originally from St. Louis also, but I now reside in Huntsville, Alabama.
Wow, that is awesome. And so they're hoping for a big game for his son's last year here on the team, and they're hoping to make it all the way to the playoffs, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's awesome for his last year here. But again, Cruise Plaza just lighting up with tons of people out here tailgating, and we're just having a good time out here. And one more time, guys, let's give it. What are we saying? Go Bears! Go Bears! Awesome stuff. Well, for everybody here, I'm Eric Mubb. We're going to toss things over to Matt Mackey over on the bridge. Matt, how's it looking up there?
Eric, I tell you, it's fantastic up there. And real quick, before we dive into the forecast, I want to ask you guys something. You've been talking about the barbecue down there. Victoria was talking about the barbecue down there. It's wafting up to the bridge, but there's no barbecue here. So I expect you guys to grab a little bit of that, bring it up to your meteorologist friend up here on the bridge. Let's get into the forecast now. It's beautiful. It smells great. It looks great out here. Nothing but blue skies. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Wilson Bryant Heating and Air Skycast Network. This is our bird's eye view of Five Star Stadium. You can see folks are getting into it down there. They've got the band practicing down there. You've got AJ and Cam on down there getting ready for their next segment. Here's where we're at elsewhere across Middle Georgia. 57 in Macon, 57 in Warner Robins, 57 in Milledgeville. And that's where the consistency stops. You got to throw a wrench in everything. Dublin 59, 63 for our friends up in Americus. Hope you guys are doing well no matter where you're at in Middle Georgia. If you're driving up to see the homecoming game, you've got fantastic weather. 60s this afternoon. Here's the radar across the country. Yeah, a little bit of storminess up towards the upper Midwest, a little bit of snow up in New York. Couldn't be different or couldn't be further from the truth here in Middle Georgia. Clear skies, nothing on the radar, not a cloud in sight for us out here, so it's fantastic. Here's where we're at for game day, folks. 66 for kickoff, 66 for halftime, getting on down towards 62 for the post game. So nothing going to give you any bit of a problem out here. Make sure you get on out here. Make sure you enjoy it. I see folks walking across the bridge, seeing folks walking across Mercer University Drive. It's fantastic weather here. Game's going to be great. Go Bears, we're going to win that. Here's your headlines. 60s for the game, like we just saw. 40s overnight, so if you're hanging out anywhere downtown or on the campus of Mercer University, you're going to be chilly. Make sure you take that flannel, that jacket, that sweater, whatever you need. Storm chances are back in the mix, but they're really not going to be a problem until the work week. Monday and then Tuesday for Election Day. That's what I am watching. So back here on the pedestrian bridge, no rain chances for the foreseeable future. The game's going to be fantastic. I hope all of you guys get out there and enjoy it. And I hope you've enjoyed our coverage, at least from the weather standpoint. We've got AJ Good and Cam Gaskins. That's it for me in terms of the weather. We've got them. They've got a little bit more in the terms of sports. What's up, guys? How's the field down there?
Well, Matt, it is really loud down here. We got the band practicing their pregame show and their halftime show out here. They had the Avengers earlier, and I know they got us both pumped up.
But right now we have the drum line, if you guys can hear it. Let's see if we can get a little tight shot. Rico, let's see if we can zoom in with the camera a little bit and get a shot of this band. Oh, they're all coming back on the field now, going through a last rehearsal before kickoff of this one. Now, people say that band players are not athletes. I would dispute that. Look at these guys running, carrying some very heavy instruments, getting ready to give you guys a great halftime show. And we're kind of getting a preview of the show right now, which is fantastic. They've had a great little background music for our show, which is fantastic. We like having the music, and they sound really good today.
Yeah, and you know what? Everyone out there is talking about, Tiffany, Victoria, Eric, all talking about this food.
Yep.
We're not around any of it. We can smell it, but
I was going to say, our reporters in the field, you guys need to bring some of that food to us. Yes. It's a team effort right now. We don't have any food at Five Star Stadium right now. We've been hearing about all the barbecue and all the great tailgate food. I'm kind of smelling it through my earpiece right now. You guys need to help us out because we're hungry at this point in time. We want some tailgate food.
What's your all-time favorite tailgate food?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think it's just good old-fashioned barbecue, a pulled pork sandwich. If someone has ribs, that's how you know you're at a really nice tailgate, if there's ribs involved. That's one of my all-time favorites.
If anyone ever brings hummus to a tailgate, just get away from it. None of that fancy stuff. We just want good old-fashioned
As they say in King of the Hill, we ask them politely but firmly to leave. Also, you can never go wrong with a good old-fashioned burger and a hot dog. It's a tailgate, you can't be too picky. Any kind of meat, really. I'm a carnivore when it comes to tailgate food.
I'm a big chicken wing fan.
Ooh.
Especially if they're smoked right off the grill, you can't beat those.
You a spicy chicken wing guy or you a barbecue chicken wing guy?
Spicy. If my nose isn't running, I don't feel like my heartbeat is going at 200 beats per minute, then it's not hot enough.
Not bad at all. I like that. I like that.
Well, coming up, we'll visit with the men's and women's basketball team as their season's going to come up next week. That's coming up next.
University. This is WGXA Game Day, sponsored by Spear Heating and Air and Kroger.
And welcome back here to Five-Star Stadium for WGXA's Mercer Game Day Homecoming Edition. Everyone's really excited. The camp, they got homecoming going early and had a big event last night.
Exactly. Homecoming isn't just football. We were talking a lot about the football game that's about to happen, talking a lot about the band behind us, but it's also a time for alumni to come together and celebrate the history of this university. And last night they did that in a very, very big way. A lot of Bears and students, they made their way to this pep rally last night. We have some video from that scene. They had the band, they had the cheerleaders, everything that you could ask for a great time celebrating homecoming last night. They were definitely getting ready for the Southern Conference matchup today at Five-Star Stadium. And our Claudia Coco caught up with Mercer alumni Brad Folsom, and he said that he just loves coming back to Macon to celebrate this tradition.
Well, we've been coming back ever since Mercer started back its football program. We come to all the home games, and Mercer is, my wife graduated from here. We met here. Our kids now love it here, so it's a part of our family.
Now, sadly, the weather did have a bit of a downpour on the events last night. They were supposed to have a bonfire, but with all the wind and everything from last night's weather, they had to cancel the bonfire, which is one of my favorite parts of fall. So unfortunately, they weren't able to get the fire going, but they had a bunch of fun and a lot of great time celebrating the history during homecoming.
Well, they're not the only ones excited for something new to come about. The men's basketball team will have their first game on the road at UAB on Tuesday. We caught up with head coach Bob Hoffman and one of his players earlier this week, and here's what they have to say.
Well, I'm joined right now by head coach Bob Hoffman and Ethan Stair, the Mercer men's basketball team. They're going to be playing their first game of the season against UAB on Tuesday. How excited are you guys for that first game?
Well, I'm excited, really thrilled. It's here. We're fired up. The weather changed, and you know it's time when it gets a little bit cooler and the leaves start falling. So I know our guys are excited to get playing. They're tired of listening to me. They want to get in the gym and hear the whistles blowing and it to be the real thing, right, Ethan?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I mean, we've been waiting for this moment since the summertime. You know, all this hard work's ready to pay off. So we're ready to get it going.
You told me in the preseason, you guys need to win a championship. It's been way too long, and I know that's the goal every season going into it, but I know you guys really want it this year.
Yeah, I never shy away from that. I mean, you're in it for the wrong reason. You're not wanting to try to win every day you play. I mean, and I know these guys came here to do that. That's what they want to be about, and we just haven't had the things fall the way we'd hoped in the last few years. But this is a new opportunity, and hope springs eternal, and we're fired up about the season.
Yeah, I think we're ready to put words into action and actually put a banner up in this gym. So, I mean, we're all ready for it. We're excited for the challenges here to come. So.
Well, they're not the only ones that are going to be starting the season coming up, Cam. It's going to be the Mercer women's basketball team. They actually start on Friday. They'll be taking on Wake Forest in the first game of the year. They're coming off their best season ever in school history, going 30-3, had that very impressive win streak. They swept the Southern Conference win in the regular season and the tournament to go all the way to their first ever NCAA tournament berth. This team will be new this year. They do return 3 out of 5 starters, but they're going to have to replace the 3-time Southern Conference Player of the Year in Kalia Lawrence, but they got most of their bench depth back, and those 3 starters have been all starting since they were freshmen. This team talked earlier this week about having the target on their back, how everyone's going to be bringing their A game, but you ask Kiki Callaway, who's going to be the preseason player of the year, and Amanda Thompson, they say they like having to play everyone when they're at their best.
And obviously we know that everyone is going to come after us. We have the target on our back, so we just have to keep that in mind and just continue to, when we play someone, just to be the aggressor and just continue to do what we do.
I think we just have to focus on the here and now, focus on practice today, focus on the game that we have today, whatever it is, just stay in the moment and not look forward to the next thing until we've taken care of what's in front of us.
And tip-off for that game will be at 7 o'clock. A very exciting year for both of these teams. I know the women got a lot going on, but the men, a brand new team, they're going to have 10 returners this year.
Absolutely. Now, I remember when I first started here at WGXA, it was right when the Mercer women's winning streak started. I like to say that they didn't lose a game while I was covering them until they made it to that NCAA tournament game and they fell to UGA. But it was an incredibly fun experience watching them play. I know everyone had fun watching them. And speaking of fun, we're going to go ahead and send things back over to Blackfield at the party tailgate right now with our Tiffany Thompson and Victoria DeCardenas. Guys, do you have any more food? Anything else you want to share with us from this tailgate out there?
Well, AJ and Cam, let me tell you, if I wasn't a football fan before, I absolutely am now. Not just because of the food, but because of all the amazing people that I've met, all of them sharing their Mercer spirit. Victoria, what's your favorite part?
Yeah, I think being part of just homecoming in general, then you have your tailgate happening for your homecoming game. I think that just makes it all that much better. And the really cool thing is we've touched on everything. We've got alumni resources, we've got things for the kids, and also just a company actually just enjoying themselves on their outing. This is the outing that they chose. But if anyone has kids that are bringing to the game, we've got these bounce houses behind us here. And if you want to be a big kid yourself, we won't judge you. We might even jump on these later on as soon as we wrap things up here. But we've been having so much fun, and it's because of everyone here and all this school spirit. But we want to toss things back to our sports guys extraordinaire. They're the ones holding this down, making sure we're all having fun, and they're going to have a breakdown of all things Mercer later on today. So Cam and AJ, what have you got in store for us as this day progresses? As kickoff actually starts in just a few hours.
Well, thank you, Victoria. We do have Miles Garrett now joining us now, and we're going to talk a little bit about this game. What are the keys to the game coming up here tonight, guys?
I think the keys to the game is the Mercer offense has to get back on track. You guys saw some of the highlights from the Wofford game that was last week. I don't want to say that was the worst game the Mercer's played I've covered this season, but it definitely wasn't. It was one of their more lackluster. The offense just had a really hard time getting anything. Credit a lot to Wofford's defense, but the Mercer offense really had a tough time after doing so well against Western Carolina. So look for Kalen Riley to have a little bit more time in the pocket. I think that was the biggest thing. He wasn't comfortable with the pass rush that Wofford was sending it to them. If he has time, he's an incredible playmaker. We know he was the SoCon Freshman of the Year last year. Look for him to get back into his rhythm and get a lot of his playmakers involved.
And taking on an ETSU team, Miles, this team has played really well against ranked teams in the past, but when you play in the Southern Conference, you know you're going to play at least 3 ranked teams a year.
Absolutely. I mean, as we've saying, thanks for the mic. Yes.
You're welcome, man.
We've been saying, we know that that Mercer's got to get this offense going. As you were saying, Kalen Riley, he's shown us what he can do before. Last year was a prime example. We got to get that running game going. See if he can pass the ball a little bit. They've been on a roll right now, trying to get things going a little bit. Seems like they're finally starting to get that footing back in this SoCon, get the schedule as it's winding down a little bit. But I think they have a good chance to, really set themselves apart tonight right here at Five Star Stadium.
We'd like to thank you guys for joining us here today on WGXA Mercer Game Day Homecoming Edition. We'd like to thank our Eric Mark, our Tiffany Thompson, Victoria Day Canars, Matt Mackey up there on the pedestrian bridge giving you that weather today. Everyone had a ton of fun. We also like to thank our sponsors, Spear Heating and Air and Kroger. Coming up next right here on WGXA, we got college football, the second-ranked team in the country, Clemson, trying to avoid the upset to Louisville. That's coming up at noon. Thanks for stopping by with us here today.